Hi guys! Welcome to my class. Please subscribe so that you will be kept updated on the next math lesson. Then like and share so that you can also help other students. Our topic for today is about constant rate of change. You are going to learn it here, the easy way. We are going to find the constant rate of change by using table or graph. Let us work on this example so that you will be guided. The water tank initially has 80 gallons of water in it. The filtering pipes deliver water to it every minute at a constant rate. Use the information to find the constant rate of change in gallons per minute. The table shows the rate of the water in gallons per minute in the water tank. So, the first column has the time and the second column has the gallons. You can spot that the rate in the time is every 1 minute. You can see from the table itself that the difference in the amount of water is 14 and the difference in the time is 1. So, the amount of water in gallons per minute is 14. Let me guide you the step-by-step process in determining the rate of change. The difference in the amount of water over the difference in the time is the rate of change. So, we're going to consider the first and the second rows. 94 minus 80 will give us 14, and 1 minus 0 will give us 1. Let us work on the rate of change on the second row and third row. The difference in the amount of water is 108 minus 94 over the difference in time, which is 2 minus 1. And the answer is 14 over 1. Working on the last and second to the last row, the difference in the amount of water is 122 minus 108 over the difference in time, which is 3 minus 2. The answer is still the same. It is 14 over 1. You can spot that the amount of water in gallon per minute were all 14 over 1. That is the constant rate. Accordingly, the amount of water increased by 14 gallons for every minute. Let us work on another example so that you can understand it well. The table shows the number of miles Noah brisk walk per minute. Use the information to find the constant rate of change in miles per minute. The rate of change in miles per minute from the first column and the second column of the data will give us 270 minus 135, which is the difference in miles, and 30 minus 15, which is the difference in minutes. And it will give us 135 over 15. The common factor of 135 and 15 is 15. Therefore, we are going to divide both the numerator and denominator by 15. 135 divided by 15 is 9, and 15 divided by 15 is 1. Therefore, it will give us 9 miles per minute. Let us work on the rate of change in miles per minute from the second column and third column. The difference in miles is 405 minus 270 all over the difference in time, which is 45 minus 30. And it will give us 135 all over 15. The common factor of 135 and 15 is 15. So, we are going to divide both the numerator and denominator by 15. Subsequently, it will give us the same answer, 9 miles per minute. Accordingly, the number of distance increased by 9 miles for every minute. Let us work on another example so that you can hit it off. The graph represents the distance Hyatt traveled while jogging on their backyard. Find the constant rate of change. You can see that the x-axis is designated for the time in hour, and the y-axis is for the distance in miles. So, from the dot plotted, you can see that every 1 hour, Haya can jog 20 miles. After 2 hours, she can jog 40 miles, and after 3 hours, she can jog 60 miles. Let us pick up 2 points from the coordinate plane. The first point and the last point, which is 3 and 60 and 1 and 20. If you are given a graph, I want you to remember that the rate of change is the change in y all over the change in x. Therefore, the change in miles is 60 minus 20 all over the change in time, which is 3 minus 1, which will give us 40 over 2. The common factor of 40 and 2 is 2. Accordingly, we're going to divide both the numerator and denominator by 2. And the answer is 40 divided by 2 is 20. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Let us double check by picking up another 2 points. Let us pick the second one and the first points. It is 2 and 40 and 1 and 20. The difference in miles per hour is 40 minus 20 all over 2 minus 1. And the answer is the same. It is 20 miles all over 1 hour. Therefore, the distance jogged by Haya increases by 20 miles for every minute she jogged. Let us work on another example so that you can fully understand the lesson. The graph represents the distance traveled by driving a car. Use the graph to find the constant rate of change in miles per hour. Explain what the points 0, 0, and 1 and 260 represents. You can identify from the graph that the x-axis represents the time in hour and the y-axis represents the distance in miles. The first point represents the origin, which is 0, 0. And for every 1 hour, the car traveled 260 miles. After 2 hours, it travels 520 miles. Working on the rate of change in miles per hour, we're going to choose the third and the second point. So, it is 520 minus 260 all over 2 minus 1. And it will give us 260 miles per hour. Therefore, the distance traveled in driving a car increases by 260 miles for every hour. In explaining what the point 0, 0 means, it represents the traveling 0 miles in 0 hours, meaning the car is still resting. And the point 1 and 260 represents traveling 260 miles in 1 hour. To wrap it up, to find the constant rate of change of a given problem, you're going to look for the difference of one quantity over the difference of another. If your answer is not yet in the simplest form, look for the common factor of the numerator and denominator and divide that fraction by the common factor so that you can get the unit rate. To find the constant rate of change when the problem is represented by a graph, you need to choose 2 points from the graph. Afterwards, get the difference on the y-axis over the difference on the x-axis. After finding the difference in the y-axis over the difference in the x-axis, you can get the unit rate, which is the constant rate of change. I will never stop reminding you what Sheikh Zayed wrote for us. Education is like a lantern which lights your way in a dark alley. We need to give importance to our education so that we're not going to be blindfolded in our future. In case you have confusion on some part of the lesson, I want you to go back. Revise it again, slowly, carefully, and I know you can get it. Life is a math equation. You cannot get the most of it if you cannot convert the negatives into positive. I want you to score high in math. Then be wise and healthy. Okay? Till next math lesson. Bye-bye!